Hi guys, so I'm going to show you how to do a value scale with the colored pencil. I've chosen a nice dark Prismacolor in a cool color, the dark blue. That way I make sure that I have a lot of value difference here from the darkest all the way to the lightest. And the way that I do this is just by changing the amount of pressure that I'm putting on the pencil as I go. Okay, so I've made my little rectangle here. It's about 5 inches by about ½ inch. I've marked out where my dark is and my light is. You don't really have to do that. It's going to be obvious, but I just like to kind of plan it out. But I did mark a little spot right here where the middle value should be so that I kind of know, okay, by there should be about halfway point. So I usually start by putting down a little bit of value right there. And I hold my pencil very much on the side like this. And I just color in where I think about half the value should be. That looks like it's about halfway from here all the way to the lightest light. And I do want to leave a little space here for the a little bit of white. Okay, so I'm going to come back and fill in this whole side to that same value because I know I'm not going to get any lighter than this. So I can start by putting my underside here. Now the difference between the colored pencil and the regular pencil is that you're not going to be able to blend quite as much. So you will lose a little. You can use a little bit your finger to sort of smudge it a little, but it's not going to be the same as with just regular graphite. Okay, so I've filled in the whole side, and now I'm going to go back to the very darkest, and I'm going to push down as hard as I can. This is called burnishing, where you push down hard enough that you completely cover the paper with the wax from the pencil, not leaving any of those white spots. Okay, so there's my darkest step right there. And then I'm going to just keep working into this with round movements here, so I'm kind of easing up on the pressure as I go along. And I work my way kind of in and out of the previous level. And kind of fix it here and there. Easing up as I go each step. My steps are probably about ½ inch wide. How's that look? That's about right. Maybe I'll come back. If it doesn't feel right, I can come back and adjust more by adding more and spreading out the change in value a little bit. And then, like I said, you can kind of smear it ever so slightly to get a smoother change in value. Okay, now going over to here, I'm going to ease up on my pressure even more. And you'll notice too that while I'm working, I'm going to turn my pencil around. That way, so I'm not putting so much pressure on just one side, because these are so delicate, they will break pretty easily, but also just so that it wears down evenly on all sides. Okay, so even lighter, even lighter. You want to make sure that you don't see any obvious steps, so I'm starting to make the little steps right here that you can see, so I'm going to go back and kind of blend that a little. And then coming over here, I'm going to be barely touching the paper. I'll leave that pretty open so that when I smooth it out, kind of just vanishes. And you don't want it to just sort of stop either, so smooth that out. And there you go. There's your value scale. Okay, there you go.